Hello, welcome back to my channel Lomzy Sews. In today's sewing tutorial, I'll be sharing with you guys how to make lacing loops for your transparent corset. If that's what you're looking for, then continue watching till the end to see how I made the loops. In my previous video, I made a sewing tutorial on how to sew loops for mesh fabric. If you have not watched that video, I'm dropping it in the description section so you know how to do that if you don't know how to do this. Now guys, we are going to be going over to the sewing tutorial for today's sewing tutorial. To make the loops, I have bias that I have cut out. The measurement I have is 1.75, and after folding it, I had to sew away 0.38. I sewed away 38, remaining the other one for the loops. I'll go ahead and use my safety pin to turn this. I don't have a loop turner. If you have a loop turner, you can use it, or any other means you know how to do and turn the loops. As you can notice, while turning the loops, I didn't cut out any sewing allowance. I just allowed the sewing allowance. I'm going to turn it into the loops. That way it will help to give the loops some structure or some volume. And this is because I'm using bias. If you're using a straight fabric, it's not going to, you will need to cut out the sewing allowance. I prefer it to have sewing allowance so that I can turn the sewing allowance inside. So I'll go ahead and cut this into 2.5 inches for the loops. Remember to cut off the initial this thing and throw it away, and then now start taking the measurements. I'm taking 2.5 inches like I told you, and I'm going to cut pieces of loops. Next, I'll be placing this on a boning. I'm using sewable boning. So I have here my sewable boning, and I have marked 1 inch apart. Let me show you what I mean. I measured 1 inch all through, so I have 1 inch gap all through on the two bonings. So I'm just going to place the loops that I have made. I'll place one like this, turn it over like that, and place another one, and then I'm going to sew it inside, not outside, inside it, and I'll place the other ones. I'll keep doing the same thing. I'll just sew there, place another one just like that, and I continue till the end. So this is it after sewing it. Can you guys see? I made sure I sew inside, not outside. Let me show you what I mean. Can you see? That place is what I sewed. Next, I'll be introducing my lacing channel. So this is what I have here. What I have is 2.5 inches. I'm going to place the loops that I have made on it. I will leave 1/2 inch that way, and below I will leave 1 inch. So make sure you leave that 1/2 inch up and 1 inch down. And then I have 2 pieces here. I'll use one to turn the other one. So that one of it, you have to go and iron this, iron in 1/2 inch. So after ironing it, this is how it looks. One is now shorter because I've ironed in 1/2 inch inside. So this is the one that I have not ironed. I'm going to place the loops on it. This is the back side, so I'm going to place the loops on it and sew on the place that I have sewn before, or you can come in a bit. So after sewing it, this is how it looks. Can you guys see? I didn't sew outside, I also sewed inside this time. So I'm going to place the front side of the lacing channel on top of it, and I'm going to turn it over and sew again the same place that I have sewn before. So after sewing it, this is how it looks. And also I sewed the edge, so I just sewed this place and left a little bit that will help me to turn it. I'll go ahead and snip off this edge, this sharp corner, so that it will be easy for me to turn the loops over. After turning this over, you just make sure you iron it properly. So I'll go ahead and iron it. I want to use this opportunity to thank all my returning subscribers. Thank you for always coming back to watch my video and support by liking and dropping your comments. If this is your first time, consider joining the community by subscribing. Now this is the back, the transparent back that we are going to be inserting this to. So I will introduce the channel that we have made. This is the back and that is the front. Remember, this side is the back side. So I'm going to place this like this, and I'm going to sew away 1/2 inch and turn it over. After sewing it, I'll turn it over like this, and I'm going to go ahead and top stitch it. So I'll top stitch it there, and I'll also make some boning channels after sewing this. So let me just sew it and show you what I mean. So this is it after sewing it. Can you see how neat it is? So now I'm going to flip this in, and I'm going to place it like this and go to my machine and sew it at the tip there. After sewing it, I'm going to run another line in here for some boning channels. I want to add 2 bonings. So can you guys see after sewing it how neat it's looking? This is how to sew a transparent corset back. Very neat. I'll go ahead and insert boning channels. You can decide to use sewable boning channels or you use plastic. I'm using plastic for my own. Guys, if you have learned any new thing today, do let me know in the comment section and give this video a thumbs up, please. I hope this video is not too small for you to give me a thumbs up. I need your thumbs up. If this is your first time coming across my channel, consider subscribing and turn on your notification bell icon so you don't miss any of my sewing tutorial. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.
Shopping and spending the cash. There is no mercy for money. Why? But you the cash. Below me, when you cash. Shopping and spending the cash. There is no mercy.
You no finish them won't fight us. If them they run them no fit catch up. I know they from say too righteous. No come they from say you too like us. They no get it time but they hate and they bad energy. Got my mind on my money. Make you dance like broccoli. Steady game.